We good?
We are live, folks.
Okay. Thank you, Dirk. And thank you, Andy, for your help. Welcome to the June 21st, 2021 Board of Directors meeting for MSAD 51. Due to the remote, I am going to start with roll call. Peter Bingham.
Here.
Kevin Desmond.
Present.
Margo Harrington.
Here.
And Maksymowicz.
Here.
Tyler McGinley here. Jennifer Stewart.
Here.
Mike Williams.
Here.
Thank you. All right, so our first item is approval of minutes for June 14th, 2021. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
And a second? Thank you, Anne. Any discussion? Okay, I noticed on the minutes that it said that we acknowledged Flag Day by doing the Pledge of Allegiance. And we actually didn't do the Pledge of Allegiance. So I just want to make a note to have Fran correct that or amend those. Go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Do we generally have a flag in that auditorium?
Yes. And I think that it was poor planning that the flag was behind the curtain on Flag Day during our meeting.
100%.
It was there.
We will make sure that that flag is in the correct spot going forward.
Wonderful. Thank you. Sorry to interrupt.
Absolutely. All right. So all in favor with amended minutes? Oh, right. We have to do roll call. Sorry. Not used to this. Peter Bingham.
Yes.
Kevin Desmond.
Yes.
Margo Harrington.
Yes.
Ann Maksymowicz.
Yes.
Tyler McGinley. Yes. Jennifer Stewart.
Yes.
And Mike Williams.
Yes.
Thank you. I was told we don't have any public comment, but I want to check one more time. Dirk, do we have anyone that wishes to speak this evening?
Nope, I just checked it. Nobody in
Okay.
public comment.
Okay, thank you. And then next under communication, we do have an update to the 21-22 board calendar. I apologize, I didn't double check this or triple check this again before we brought it to the last meeting, but there were two dates that did overlap with Cumberland Town Council meetings. One of them being the 12th in July and the other one I believe was in September. So we have adjusted those and you did receive an email with the change from Jeff's update a couple of days ago. Is there anything else that you wanted to add to that, Jeff?
No, just to confirm that we did, the town council in Cumberland and North Yarmouth Select Board have confirmed August 2nd as the day that we would have a joint board workshop with those two groups. We're not sure a location yet.
Okay.
But that's to discuss the whole building project for the school and kind of update both of those boards as well.
Great, thank you. And I know it was mentioned before we were online, but Fran from central office should be updating the calendar and putting those on the district calendar as well, so we can all follow along as well as the rest of the public to know when our upcoming meetings are. So moving on, is there anybody else that has anything for communications before I move on? Okay. So moving into items for action, looking for a motion to vote to approve hiring of professional positions. And a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Could you just clarify again these roles, Jeff? Just how are these 1 year? Yes.
Yeah, these are 1 year positions that we're hiring for, and we're actually getting closer to filling all of the 1 year positions that we have now. So any other positions that we have, we'll bring forward to you on the 19th of July. But these are 1 year positions that will be, adding our teachers to the roles in our district so that our class sizes are smaller.
Good. It's good to see familiar names on this sheet. Some very qualified people.
Very qualified people. Very happy that we have, for example, we have an ed tech, many years in our district, certified teacher. Those are the folks that we're able to attract for these jobs. And I think I'd like to thank the state. They've been giving us some emergency certifications as well to make sure that our certifications that we can continue with people. for another year. That's very important as we move forward.
Great.
Wonderful.
Thank you. All right. And roll call. Peter Bingham,
Yes.
Kevin Desmond,
Yes.
Margo Harrington,
Yes.
and Maksymowicz.
Yes.
Tyler McGinley, yes. Jennifer Stewart,
Yes.
and Mike Williams.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. And then we'll move on to vote to approve the cost center transfers. I'm going to pass that over to Kevin.
Well, thank you. I'm trying to be impeccably prepared for you. So this, my friends, I'll make the motion in a moment, but this is an annual thing that we do. I'll explain more after the motion is out there. So let me do this. I, Kevin Desmond, make a motion that this board authorize the following cost center transfers in the fiscal year 2020 and 2021 budget, provided that the total budget shall not be increased by these transfers. The Finance Committee recommends the following transfers, and I'm going to do these as a group. One, transfer up to $148,428 from regular instruction to system administration. Next is transfer up to $590,253 from regular instruction to facilities management. The next one is transfer up to $150,000 from regular instruction to all other expenditures. Next is transfer up to $245,000 from special education to student and staff support. And finally, transfer up to $40,000 from special education to school administration.
Second.
Thank you, Kevin and Peter. Any discussion?
I would like to, if that's all right, Tyler.
Sure.
So just to clarify for you, my friends, this is something that we do as part of prudent fiscal management led by Jeff and by Scott. The reason that this is possible is the state of Maine recognizes those challenges that we have when we're trying to budget 18 months in advance of needing to use that money. So they provide for us under statute the ability to move up to 5% from any cost center into any other cost center. And Peter, you can comment on this from your time on the Cumberland board, but this is something that municipalities use the exact same process at the end of the year.
Thank you, Kevin. Any other discussion?
Yeah, I would just second Kevin's thing. Every year, the town of Cumberland, we did the same thing. We transferred funds. It's an entirely routine thing that the Finance Committee reviews very carefully, and it's not a big thing.
Thank you, Peter. Okay, I'll move on to roll call. Peter Bingham,
Yes.
Kevin Desmond,
Yes.
Margo Harrington,
Yes.
and Maksymowicz.
Yes.
Tyler McGinley, yes. Jennifer Stewart,
Yes.
and Mike Williams.
Yes.
Thank you. And then moving on to a motion for approving the tax assessment warrants and monthly installment notices. Kevin, would you like to take that one as well?
I would. And forgive me again, folks, I'm going to read something that's extensive. You've seen these in the notes, but and then during questions, I will offer some additional context. I make a motion that the warrant for the assessment of taxes and notice of monthly installments for fiscal year 2021 and 2022, the assessment warrant for each member municipality of the district be approved and issued in form presented to this meeting, and that the treasurer be authorized and directed to deliver or cause to be delivered each assessment warrant to the assessor of the municipality designated thereon, requiring the assessment of the amount that is that municipality's share of the costs approved by the voters of the district, and notifying the municipality of the schedule of monthly installments to be paid on or before the 20th of each month for the 2021-2022 fiscal year.
Second.
I see.
Sorry, I was muted. Any discussion? Kevin?
If I can continue my narrative. So here's the thing. This is a different process for us this year, but we received guidance by our council, Drummond Woodsum, to take this approach, and it's very logical. So here's what has happened in the past. We've always issued a letter to each municipality with a payment schedule for the towns, and you can see these in the warrants that were in the packets, and you'll see these again when you come in to sign these either tomorrow or Thursday. Drummond and Woodsum is suggesting that we go a step further than just that letter. And the reason why is this: the statute that governs this talks about issuing a warrant to the town. So we're going to do exactly that. In order to do that, we need this board vote. So that's what we're doing today.
Great, thank you. I just wanted to clarify, I believe, Scott, you had mentioned that we are able to use electronic signatures for this. Otherwise, do you need us to come in to sign?
On this particular one, I would need the board to sign and
Okay.
come in if they could, please.
Okay,
And if that could be done on Tuesday or Thursday, that would be really helpful. And I'll have them in the office.
I'm unable to do that. So should I abstain from voting on this, or?
No, I can hold these until the next week too. So if people can't get in until the next week, I don't know how long people are gone for, but I just need a majority of the board of directors. So if I have a majority, we're fine.
Okay.
Actually, Ann, if you were, I believe you can talk to Fran, but if you take a picture of your signature and email it to Fran, he can insert it in and we can just make an exception and have yours. I mean, it would have been signing it, but we can do an e-sign for you.
Okay. Thank you.
okay. Any other further discussion or questions? All right, Peter Bingham,
Yes.
Kevin Desmond,
Yes.
Margo Harrington,
Yes.
Ann Maksymowicz,
Yes.
Tyler McGinley, yes, Jennifer Stewart,
Yes.
and Mike Williams.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, moving on, I am looking for a motion to enter executive session to consider labor contract between MSAD 51 Education Association and MSAD 51 Board of Directors pursuant to state statute MRSA 40560.
So moved.
Second.
Okay,